Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kara, and I'm the Director of International Services here at Governor State University. GSU is located 64 kilometers south of Chicago. We're located in the countryside, but a short train ride away from the city. GSU has over 60 degree programs at the bachelor's, master's, and graduate level. We also have an intensive English language program. We have 4 colleges within the university: the College of Business, the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Education, and the College of Health and Human Services. Today, we are going to meet with 2 of the college deans, Dr. Jun Zhao from the College of Business and Dr. Andre Merrick from the College of Arts and Sciences. So to start, let's meet with Dr. Jun Zhao. Hi, Jun. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Kara. Thank you for having me here today.
We would love to hear about your program. Can you tell us a little bit more about your college?
Yes, College of Business is one of 4 colleges at GSU. We currently enroll about 750 students, including 600 undergraduate and about 150 graduate students. We have about 30 full-time faculty in our college, and we offer 5 undergraduate programs and 3 graduate programs. I'll be happy to talk more about our programs.
Great. I've heard recently that you have acquired the AACSB accreditation.
Right.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yes, all our programs offered in the College of Business are accredited by AACSB, which stands for Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. It is the top accreditation for business schools around the world, and only 750-ish schools of business in the world have that distinction, which is less than 5% of all the business schools in the world. So it is a very high honor, and it's a very important seal of approval for the quality of our program. And in order to achieve that accreditation and maintain the accreditation, we have to make sure all our programs are offering the relevant contents. Our curriculum and program are under continuous improvement, and our faculty have the right credentials and qualifications, and also conduct research and scholarly activities, and publish articles in the journals. And we also have to make sure that our student outcomes are met. So it's a rigorous process, and that keep us on our toes to make sure everything, is well planned and well delivered.
Great. So if a student wants to know that they're really getting the best business education they can, they should look for a school that has the AACSB accreditation.
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Great. Well, can you tell us a little bit about some of your most popular undergraduate degree programs?
Yes. Our most popular undergraduate program is the BA in Business Administration, which we currently have about 380 students enrolled. That program has several concentrations. It has a management concentration, entrepreneurship, marketing, operations management, as well as finance and MIS. The biggest concentration is management, and our other concentrations like finance, HR, and operations management have also experienced growth recently.
Oh, wow, that's very good to hear.
Yes.
And what about at the graduate level? What are some of your most popular programs?
We have 3 graduate programs, MBA, Master of Science in Accounting, and Master of Science in MIS. The most popular program is, of course, the MBA. We currently have about 100 students enrolled in that program. And that program has several specializations, including business analytics, finance, leadership, and supply chain management. And our supply chain management specialization of the MBA program is completely online. So students can complete all the courses online for that particular track.
Oh, great. So now, if a student is interested in applying to one of your programs, now that you have the AACSB accreditation, does that mean it's much more competitive to be admitted into one of these programs?
Well, we do look for the right candidates to admit into our programs. We are, expecting our applicants to, especially to our graduate programs, to have undergraduate bachelor's degree from accredited regional institutions. And also we prefer to have people with some work experience, and for people who have qualified work experience, we actually we can waive GMAT or GRE test requirement. And our admission is holistic, and we look at academic performance at the undergraduate level. We look at their work experience, leadership, writing skills, because we do require statement of intent, resume, and also letters of recommendation. Our acceptance rate at the graduate level is about 40 to 50%. So I would say it's selective, but not highly selective. So we are open enrollment and rolling enrollment cycle. So we accept application anytime, up to the beginning of the semester. So very, very flexible. Yes.
Okay, thank you for that. What would be the average class size for an undergraduate level course?
Our undergraduate level class average size is about 20 to 25, especially the core courses that every undergraduate students have to take. This includes the financial accounting, managerial accounting, finance, organizational behavior, marketing courses. At the concentration level, those are the specialized senior level courses. The class sizes are relatively smaller, maybe 15 students enrolled. So our class sizes is very reasonable, and that means students actually have ample chance to interact with the instructor. We don't have any classes in the auditorium with 100 students and TAs to run the lab sessions. So every class is very interactive and taught by highly qualified faculty members.
That's great that the students are able to get so much attention then from the
Yes.
faculty because the class sizes are small.
Right.
So then who are teaching all these classes that you have?
I'll be happy to share with you some information about our faculty. As I mentioned before, we have about 30 full-time faculty, and most of them have terminal degrees from top business schools around the world. We have a very global faculty. Actually, about half of our faculty are from other countries, immigrants of themselves or second generation. So it is great to have our students, have that interaction with people from different cultures and different backgrounds. Many of them conduct research and publish in top journals, and they are also actively engaged with the industry community to do consulting and provide other services. But first and foremost, they are great teachers. They love to teach, and that's why they choose this profession. So they are great mentors to our students as well. And we also have around 20 part-time faculty every semester who are practitioners in the field. So they may be CPAs, they may be marketing managers, distribution managers, operations supervisor, who are practicing what they teach, and we really love to have them in the classrooms so students can learn from the people who are doing those jobs, functions every day. So we have a highly qualified, high quality, dedicated faculty.
I did not hear you mention teaching assistants. Does this mean that all the classes are taught by faculty or adjunct faculty?
Yes, every class is taught by either full-time or part-time faculty. We have graduate assistants in our college, but they don't teach in the classroom. They may provide some assistance, grading, tutoring, but they are not instructors.
Oh, well, that is really great to hear. I'm sure that the students really love having that direct attention and support from a seasoned faculty member and not from a peer who is just learning themselves. So, okay, very good. Thank you. Are there any internship opportunities that students in your college are able to partake in?
Yes. We work closely with the university's career services to provide opportunities to students who wanted to have that experience, especially students who don't have previous work experience. I want to add that many of our students are non-traditional working adults, but we also have an increasing number of students in their early 20s who just start their college right after high school. So they very much need that experience, that practical experience. We have students placed in internship positions at accounting firms, at manufacturing companies and also logistic and supply chain corporations. So we're doing a lot more in this area because of our, the needs of our student body.
Great. I heard you mention that some of the graduates work in supply chain management or corporations. What other kinds of careers do business college graduates go into?
Yeah. Our accounting students oftentimes find positions in accounting firms of various sizes. We have students finding jobs at large corporations like Deloitte, Accenture, the top accounting firms, but also smaller firms, regional firms like Legacy CPA, Freeman and Huey corporations. And they also have success finding positions in financial institutions. So there are a lot of banks in Chicago area.
Yes.
So Mizro Financial, Wintrust, BMO Harris, Northern Trust. So we have students placed in those firms regularly. For our business students, because they have different concentrations, so we have students placed in firms that are in their HR department, marketing department, sales representative, financial analyst, and also supply chain sector, which is a growing area in this region. Yeah.
Right. I assume most of the alumni remain in their fields and have increasing levels of responsibilities in their jobs.
Yes, we are, of course, monitoring the graduates and, love to find out and keep in touch and find out how they're doing, what their degree has done, for them in terms of their career development and advancement. Many of our students have job part-time or full-time when they started their college career here. Many of them remain employed after they're graduating, and many of them do advance, move up to more responsibilities and more advanced positions. So that is a great testimonial to, the quality of their education and actually help them, achieve professional advancement.
This is a lot of helpful information that you've given us. And just to make sure everyone understands, the bachelor's programs are usually 4-year programs?
Yes, bachelor's programs are usually 4-year, requires 120 credit hours. There are a block of those credit hours will be what we call general education or lower division credit hours. So your math, your English, writing, humanities, arts. So the state of Illinois has, requirement of how many courses in each area students have to take. And then there will be a block of business core. So those are your, introduction courses to accounting, to finance, marketing, management, international business. And then on top of that will be the specialization courses. So for HR, you will have to learn compensation, incentive systems, how to develop training programs and labor relations, and then there will be a capstone course. So all of those categories add up to about 120 credit hours, and if a student takes 30 hours a year, which is 12 maybe including summer 6, that takes about 4 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And the graduate programs take 2 years generally?
Graduate programs generally range from 33 to 36 hours, and so that's about 11 to 12 courses. This is for students who already have met the undergraduate foundation requirements. But if someone, say, started as an engineer or a scientist, but they wanted to pursue an MBA degree to, again, to advance their career or move into the managerial positions, then they may need to make up 3 or 4 foundation courses, and those are decided on case-by-case basis. And so typically, if you're part-time and you take maybe 3 or 4 courses a year, that could take about 2 years, but it depends. Some students, if you are full-time, you could finish it in 1 year or 1.5 years. So we have students who are doing it on a full-time basis, especially international students, and part-time. So maximum probably 3 years, but most people finish in 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Great, and that's very good to point out that a student doesn't have to have a background in business if they would like to go on and do an MBA, for example.
No. That's not what the MBA is designed for. Even though we do have a lot of students who are from, business programs. After they work a couple of years, they wanted to, have more advanced, professional training, and they come to pursue a MBA or accounting or MIS program. Yeah, but we do have a lot of students who don't have undergraduate business degree, and we welcome, them, as well. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for all this information. It was very informative, and I think our viewers probably learned a lot today from you.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure. Yeah.
So we'll be back in just a minute with Dr. Andre Mark from the College of Arts and Sciences. Now we are welcoming Dr. Andre Mark from the College of Arts and Sciences. Hi, Andre. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks, Kara.
Thank you for being here and telling us a little bit about your college and your programs.
Oh, my pleasure.
To start, can you tell us a bit about the College of Arts and Sciences?
So the College of Arts and Sciences is the largest college at Governor State University. We have over 2,000 students and about 35 programs, graduate and undergraduate, and the widest range of different topics and areas of study.
Wow, that does sound like a very big college to have with a lot of programs and departments. Can you tell us what some of the most popular undergraduate programs are that you offer?
Sure. So 3 of our most popular undergraduate programs are communication studies, interdisciplinary studies, and criminal justice. Interdisciplinary studies allow students to kind of define their own path and figure out a unique program that they want to study. It's also great for people who are coming back to school who might have stepped out for a while. And communication and criminal justice are much more traditional programs.
The interdisciplinary studies program, does that mean that the students get to select from across all the courses offered at the university and choose what they think would be the best fit for them and what they're interested in?
Yeah, they can choose courses from any of the colleges and any of the programs, but they have to work closely with an advisor and faculty members to put together a plan of study that actually makes sense and is coherent.
Okay, great. It's a very interesting possibility for a student.
Yeah, some of our best students choose this because they want to do a unique course of study that just fits them.
Oh, interesting. And what about at the graduate level? What are some of your most popular programs?
So some of our most popular programs at the graduate level are computer science, which is our largest, and as well as our analytical chemistry. Both of those have been successful over quite a period of time.
Okay. For those programs, how competitive is the admission?
Well, we have rigorous programs that meet all the requirements necessary for those, but they're good students who've done good undergraduate work can get into our programs. Like the other programs in the other colleges, we have rolling admissions, which means that you can apply at any time and get into our programs if you've done a rigorous course of study as an undergraduate.
Okay. And I believe for specifically the Master's in Computer Science, that a GRE is not required as part of the admissions process.
That's true. It's not required as part of the admissions process.
That is great for the students to have to, they get to avoid that process, that test, and that extra expense of the test.
Yeah, and it's also not a real great predictor of whether or not students would be successful in the program. So it tends to block students who could do well from getting in.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you. What would be the average class size for some of your undergraduate courses?
So undergraduate courses at Governor State University tend not to have classes larger than 30 in our college. Average class size would be usually between about 20 and 30 for undergraduate classes.
Okay. And at the graduate level?
Yeah, at the graduate level, there's a range, but usually sometimes somewhere between 15 and 25 students, depending upon the type of course. Lab courses tend to be smaller. And there's for analytical chemistry, for our graduate biology work, they have a lot of lab and field experience, and those classes are much smaller.
Great, so that students really get a chance to get to know each other, work closely together, and they're not subjected to large lecture halls with hundreds of students.
Yeah, we don't do lecture halls. Those aren't really good for student learning. So students do get to know each other. They also get to know our faculty quite well.
Oh, that's very good. So who teaches these courses normally?
Yeah, so almost all of our graduate courses are taught by full-time faculty. Most of our cohort classes at the undergraduate are also taught by full-time faculty as well. So in terms of the faculty at the graduate level, we really focus on getting a mix of business and industry experience and academic background. So we make sure that people have terminal degrees in the areas that they need to, but we don't just hire people with academic backgrounds. We try to make sure that we get people who have industry experience, and we've been pretty successful at doing that.
Oh, that's great. So the students really get a sense of what it would really be like to work in that field in real life, and
Yeah, right.
not just the theoretical in classroom
That's right.
lecture. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's clear that we teach theoretical concepts, but the people that we have that work for us have hands-on experience in the field, know how theory turns into practice.
Oh, well, that's really great to hear as well. Are there generally internship opportunities that students in the College of Arts and Sciences can take, get an internship in or get some kind of extra work experience in?
Absolutely. So there's a couple different ways to think about this. So we do plenty of internships for graduate students in computer science, in biology, analytical chemistry, but there's also a lot of fieldwork experience, right? So if you think about in analytical chemistry or biology, people going out into the field to do work, and to do research with their faculty, mentors, and advisors. So internships, but also hands-on field experience for work. We have modern labs that were built within the last 5 years, an entire wing at the university, brand new cutting-edge labs that our students get to work with. And we're also just built a new virtual reality lab for folks in the computer science program.
And what kinds of careers do graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences normally enter into?
Yeah, so I mean, that's a really big question.
Yeah.
And since we have a wide range of programs, people go into a whole bunch of different ones. But at the graduate level and our applied ones, like we've been talking about analytical chemistry and biology and computer science, those folks end up as chief research scientists. Many of them end up in R&D, working in pharmaceutical fields. On the computer and the IT side, a lot of them end up as software engineers or software developers. And then we have a number of people who've opened their own businesses and are their own bosses too. So in addition to folks over in business doing entrepreneurship, many of our folks leave and then open up their own businesses over time too.
So where do you find your alumni these days? Where have they gone on to?
Yeah, they're all over the world, right? I mean, so Chicago's a huge city, and this is a giant market for these, for people to find work. A lot of students who intern end up getting jobs later in those areas, and we're one of the growing areas of business in Illinois, given that we're right at the center of the transportation hubs across the United States. We're the largest intermodal location interior to a country, in other words, outside of its ports in the world, right?
Oh, wow.
So there's lots of businesses who need upgrades in robotics and IT and those sorts of things, who help with logistics and delivery of goods from places like Amazon, right? So a lot of our folks end up here, but a lot of people end up going back to their country of origin as well and getting jobs in the pharmaceutical industry or in the IT industry where they came from.
Oh, that's very interesting. And your programs, are they the undergraduate level 4 years and graduate level 2 years traditionally?
Yeah, those are the traditional plans for those. So 4-year degree plans, 120 credits for undergraduate programs, and then 33 to 36 credits for graduate programs here.
Okay, very great. And I heard you mention robotics in there. Are there chances for students to learn about robotics here at GSU?
Yeah, so I think three areas that we're moving into in computer science and also in IT is a focus on robotics, virtual reality, and big data, right? So we've heard recently in the news lots of stuff about data collection. Some of it sounds sinister, but most of it is the sort of data that you willingly give up so that you can go in and relog into places and places like Amazon can know the sorts of preferences you have. But in addition, we teach people how to safeguard those things, right? So if you're in computer science, a big part of this is making sure that your data isn't shared with people that you haven't authorized it to do so, right? So we work in those areas. It's pretty clear that there's going to be a shift to robotics in across a number of industries, including manufacturing in the coming years. And so we're right at the cutting edge of those things.
Great, so students really have the opportunity to take a more traditional coursework or degree program, or they could go into some of these newer up-and-coming technologies like robotics.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get exposed to it regardless of whether or not they. We're always evolving our programs as they come. They can choose where they emphasize in those areas, but we're going to make sure that they know what they need to know to be successful.
Great. Well, thank you so much. This has been some very helpful information. I'm sure everybody has learned a lot, and hopefully we will see some of you here soon at GSU. If you have any questions about any of our programs, please feel free to contact us at ois@govst.edu, or check out our College Week Live page or our website. We hope to see you soon here at Governor State. Thank you for joining us.